Hi everyone, welcome back to JPWHUTV. My name is John, your host as always. I hope you're all doing well. This video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase retro kits from the 60s all the way through to the early 2000s, including the 1976 home shirt which inspired this season's home kit, and also the 1980 FA Cup final shirt that inspired the season's away kit. There's also West Ham inspired Admiral and Umbro track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts, so go check those out. Any purchases made through the link in the description below for the next 16 purchases will go directly to Isla's fight. We've had over £200 worth of purchases so far, which means we've just got over about 20 quid. So guys, I know it's a good figure to go for, don't get me wrong, but I'd like us to get a lot more money over to that charity. So please dig deep and have a look at the fantastic gear that's available. Not just the West Ham stuff, but there's some really nice England retro gear in there as well. There's also some other EPL and also SPL retro shirts in there as well, and also, if I remember correctly, there's also quite a few European retro shirts in there as well. So guys, thank you very much for any purchases that you may be making. As you would have seen from the intro of this video, this is the preview of the AFC Bournemouth versus West Ham game, live at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon up at Dean Court in the Premier League, of course. For those who don't know the league table positions, AFC Wimbledon are 1 point behind us in 10th. In 6th with 10 points. They basically had 3 wins, 1 draw and 2 losses so far this season. Our last 6 results against AFC Bournemouth doesn't make good reading. We've won 1, drawn 2 and lost 3. Ever since they came up to the Premier League in the 15-16 season, the clashes we've had with them, we've won 2, drawn 2 and lost 4. So, but they've always been a bit of a bogey team for us. I said it last season, well, the last couple of seasons actually. They've always been a bit of a bogey team for us. Eddie Howe is a very, very good manager. There's a very good shout for him to be England manager at some point in the future, or possibly jump up to the next stage and go into one of the so-called top 6 teams. We'll only wait and see. But I really rate him. He's done some fantastic work at Bournemouth. Though obviously, as everybody knows, they are Seek-backed, but not massively Chelsea Seek-backed, or even Man City, I should say, Seek-backed. So, but he's done well with them, and he's turned them into a very, very good side. Now, of course, their top goal scorer since the start of the season was Callum Wilson. He scored 4 goals, more recently with a brace over Everton weekend before last. Harry Wilson has 3 goals. Ryan Fraser and Josh King have a goal and an assist each, and Nathan Ake and Chris Mepham, I think you pronounce that, one of the two, both have a goal each themselves as well. So again, we know that they've got players that can score for any position. If you remember correctly, Nathan Ake's goal was in the Southampton, the South Coast derby, which I'll come to in just a moment. But the last time they lost 2-0 last night in the Carabao Cup against Burton Albion, and the Premier League result, they won 3-1 in the South Coast derby against Southampton for the first time since being in the Premier League. They've won a South Coast derby. So they're going to be, apart from Tuesday night, which I'll also come on to in a moment, they'll be really, really pumped for their Premier League form. Their form is very, very good. And it's almost on, it's pretty much on par with our forms as well. Obviously, there's a 1 point between the two teams at the minute. PremierInjuries.com confirmed Bournemouth have 5 injuries at the moment. 2 short-term injuries to centre midfield Dan Gosling, who's out with recovery from hip surgery and should be back in the middle of October, as should David Brooks, their attacking midfielder, who was out due to an ankle injury, but again, as I say, should be back for basically after the international break. Long-term injuries for Bournemouth are Charlie Daniels, the left back, with a knee injury, right back Adam Smith with a thigh injury, and former Hammer graduate Junior Stanislas, who plays out on the left wing predominantly for him, has had knee surgery in April and is still recovering from that. So there's no set return date for those 3 players. Now, turning to West Ham, of course, I can't not mention what happened last night. We got absolutely humiliated 4-0 by Oxford United last night. There was no stream available, but thank you to everybody that joined the live discussion. It was great fun to talk to you guys, and last night was the record-breaking subscriber count for one night. There was 28 people by 11 o'clock last night subscribed to the channel. So thank you very much. That's fantastic growth. Almost just about beat when Dave Walker came on a few weeks back, because we had about 25 subscribers that night. But thank you very much to everybody that's joined up, and of course everybody that engaged in the chat as well. So a little bit tasty conversations and a few little dramas in there, but nothing out of the ordinary. And nothing really to write home about. But of course, you know, were there too many changes? 9 was a bit excessive. I tried to keep as neutral as possible last night, but obviously furious with the result. A lot more changes than I expected, and a lot more changes than anybody expected for that matter, and certainly not more changes than I predicted in the preview video. But at the same point, it was good to see that Pellegrini was humble about it and took responsibility for the loss, because at the end of the day, he picked those very, very under par players. So I'm glad that he did that. I watched the highlights of on Sky Sports' YouTube channel. And yeah, there's a very, very good argument that at least 3 of the 4 of those goals could have been easily avoided. Masuaku was a bit unlucky with the slide, and that, but pretty much everything else. Sanchez, with that run that he was making when the attacker was running after Masuaku slipped, seemed to match him, and then all of a sudden seemed to slow down. So I don't know what the hell he was thinking about, if I'm to be completely honest with you. I've tried to defend him. I've defend Carlos Sanchez. He was brilliant against Newport County, absolutely brilliant in that game. But it was one of those nights. It's the West Ham way, isn't it? It's the West Ham way, unfortunately. But it was also good to see that Pellegrini recognised that the players weren't good enough, and said he would talk to those that were underperforming as well. So I'm very, very happy with that. But underperforming is an understatement. But at the same point, guys, let's not forget that we beat Man United in the Premier League last Sunday 2-0. They were poor. We were poor for them, especially for the first half. So we are on a great run. But there was shaky moments in the Premier League game against Man U. Was the League Cup exit inevitable as a result because there's a bit too much arrogance? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. I personally think so, because there were stuff that I wasn't happy about, and I'm really glad in hindsight that we didn't get to watch the game, because last night's stream would have been blue, to say the least. Now, turning to West Ham injuries, there's nothing really new to report, because we've already previously talked about Lanzini with his leg injury that he sustained in the international break prior to the Villa game. But it's great because obviously after we've got 2 more games. We've got this Bournemouth game coming up, and then the following weekend we are playing Palace at home, and then there's the international break, and then there's Everton on the 19th away at the early lunchtime kickoff. I still maintain I'm angry about that, because a lot of people like to travel at first thing in the morning for have an away day rather than having away 2 nights, or 2 days I should say. So, but anyway, X confirmed on the radio show last night that there's a very good chance that Lanzini could be back in some form for the Everton game. So that's very good. I'm very happy to hear that. Ryan Fredericks and Felipe Anderson were taken off against Man U as a precaution, because apparently they weren't playing all that well, which they were suffering with niggles, which would understand why a lot of people were getting frustrated by Anderson. But Fredericks had a blaster of a game. Anderson came on last night in the the 90+4 minute, so he was only on for a few seconds. It was 6 minutes in total, but he came on around about the 5th minute or something. It was ridiculous. I don't understand why he was on for such a short space of time. I mean, how is that really going to help improve his match fitness? I ain't got the slightest, Danny, but he made the appearance. So, guys, let's talk about the starting 11. Now, my starting 11 is basically Fabianski in goal, Fredericks, Diop, Ogbonna and Creswell making up the back 4, so pretty much the same back line as the last Premier League game. Noble and Rice to continue in holding midfield. Anderson, Fornells and Masuaku. Now, the reason why, because I know I'll come to what Pellegrini is going to do at the moment, but the reason why is because I genuinely think I would like to see Masuaku and Creswell against Bournemouth. Although Anderson and Creswell link up very well, could link up very well again, and Masuaku is understanding with Anderson seems to be brilliant down that left side, especially since the start of this season. But for me personally, I just like to, because I've always said that Anderson plays better out on the right. So I would have Anderson, Fornals and Masuaku making up the midfield with Allaire up front. But you know as well as I do, guys, that Pellegrini's actual starting 11 is going to be Fabianski in goal with Fredericks, Fredericks, Diop, Ogbonna and Creswell making up the back four. Noble and Rice, Yarmolenko, Fornals and Anderson and Allaire up front. That's a very, very good chance that that's going to happen. But I wouldn't be disappointed with that in any shape or form. It was the winning formula from the Premier League the weekend, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So thank you very much for your thoughts, guys, for your time. Even drop your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're new around here, welcome. Thank you for watching this preview. If you like what I'm doing and you'd like to know more, then by all means please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. 2/3 of the viewing audience over the last 4 weeks have been non-subscribers, so please guys, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get to know when the new videos and also the live streams are going up as well. As I said, put your comments in the comment section below. If you like the video and you feel I deserve it, then by all means please click the like button. If you like this t-shirt, this is my own design. So if you like this t-shirt and want to see more JPWHUTV merchandise, then by all means please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the teammeal.com website where you can purchase t-shirts very, very similar to this and loads of different colours. There's a jumper, the jumper that I wore last night for the live stream, which is Hammers Do It Under the Lights written slogan on the front. There's hoodies in there as well with that slogan. There's long sleeve t-shirts, basketball t-shirts as well, so guys, go check those out. If you didn't like the video, then by all means please click the dislike button and let me know why you didn't like this video as well, for that matter, because I'm always willing to adapt and improve this channel to make you guys more happier with the content and the delivery. So thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your week. Well, basically you'll probably be watching this on Friday, so have a great Friday night, and I will hopefully see you on 5 to 3 on Saturday afternoon when we talk about the AFC Bournemouth game live, and I will have a proper working stream for that this time. So yeah, thank you very much for your time, guys, and I hope to see you really soon. All the best now. Take care.